be the leading addiction, excuse me, doctor in the world. He taught AI, whatever it's called. What is it?
GPT.
He taught ChatGPT what addiction was and who the man was. So when
Exactly.
he's teaching ChatGPT and straightening them out when they're
Straighten
putting out
them
the
out.
bad stuff, he's the man. You know who we're talking about here. I ain't fooling around. Forget his interviews on TV all the time. I'm talking about getting the guy here. I'm not talking about, just talking. This is the man. And we're rocking. Look, let's start talking about what happened. We already had our post-mortem, but we have to go because it seems like I've never seen so many people in depression before. I don't want to hear they're talking on Fox about the 4 stages of depression. Don't give me the 4 stages of depression. Let's go over. Let's go over the 3 stations, okay? Fox is going crazy, grinning, smiling. They are in your face like you've never seen. I'm having trouble watching it. I mean, it's this. And then they talk about the Democrats going through the 4 stages of depression. And they start talking about this kind of junk, like these women, assume, who are saying they won't have sex with men for a couple of years. That comes out of South Korea. It's like, it's really built out of there. What's that called? B4 or something? But it comes out of South Korea. And because over there's so many arranged marriages. So women were like shutting it off and saying, I don't want to be arranged and all that kind of stuff. So it's big there. So it kind of came here with that. And I'm saying they're making fun of it. And I'm going, look, if the chicks don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. I mean, okay, big deal. It ain't anything like, hey. So you got that coming on. I'm watching, and they talk about that. And they talk about the 4 stages of grief. I go, come on, 4 stages of grief. But I think there's only 1 stage of grief.
Guillermo's back.
Baby, we love you. We're kind of transitioning, Guillermo. We're talking about where we think America's going, and we're going to roll into some culture and stuff, fun culture and stuff as we go on, or our kind of culture and stuff. But what we're talking here about, and get your buddies in if you can, but where we are right now, I was talking about how people are reacting. And so on Fox, you've got this incredible, just really nasty. Then you go to MSNBC and they're crying. They're crying. Thanks for the thumbs up, Guillermo. I've never seen anything like this. I'm watching this one who's sitting in for some guy last night. And she's going, I'm afraid. And they're going, I'm afraid. I'm going, what are you afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. Trump's president. He's going to be president. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. We're going to move forward. We're going to deal with it. You got Trump, you got the House, and you got the Senate. So that's what happened, and that's where it is. So you got MSNBC going, oh, do we love you? And I'm going, what a bunch of whips on MSNBC. I've never seen anything like it. And then CNN tries to play both ways because, they were a little nicer to the Magas who came over. The Magas always yelled at them, and they put up with being yelled at. And they're like going, like we kind of, it's okay. So where are we right now? So still on media, at least on mainstream media, and I call Fox mainstream media with the other 2 doing their thing. What you have right now is just this incredible, super happy and super bummed and crying, and then start watching about how people are going to stop watching as it goes down. The best part of what's most interesting to me about it is that all I'm hearing from everybody is, I know the reason. Michelle, what's happening? Here now, we love you. All I know is everybody's got an answer. Let me throw something out here. Don't listen to all these answers that everybody's telling you. You think this is unusual that a party gets swept out? When you talk about the old guys, and we've lived through this. 1972, McGovern, Democrats got wiped out. They come back with Jimmy Carter. In 1976, 1980, Carter, the Democrats get wiped out by the Republicans, and they go through three terms, and then Clinton comes in and wipes them out. And everybody goes, oh, they'll never be Republicans again. And then Clinton and Newton, all them, and then Clinton does it. And then Bush comes in, and it's like that was a split, but they kept it. But there was a horrible, was it Kerry? Second time, it's always this way. You get blown out, you come back, but coming back is good. But this is the problem with the Democrats. Here we go. I don't charge for this. I just lay it out there, Dr. V. This is the problem with the Democrats. And I love the liberals generally, but they're as bad as Trump when it comes to me, me, me. You know how I feel about Trump. I'm no lover of Trump. That's saying something. I will give him credit for anything he does well. He's our president. I hope it works. Right on. But when he doesn't, I'm going to jump him, just like I'm going to back him if he does the right thing, which I don't expect too much of. But if you look at the Democrats, because all he cares about is himself, he's so transactional. But you look at the Democrats, and they are the same way. It's like everybody is a special interest group. Nobody is a member of the Democrats. Everybody is a special interest group. So you got the LGBTQ, they've got their reasons, but they're over here. And if you don't agree with them, you're out of it. You got this group here, you're out of it. I'm not picking groups. It's just the way Democrats are. There's no overarching fault. I think that the reason they got handled in this election, and before I give you that, please give us thumbs up, even if you don't agree with us. We need thumbs up. We appreciate it. We're putting it out there. We don't get paid for this, so we love your backing. Doctor, please unsubscribe. Dr. V. Joe Talks, and of course, Just an American Citizen. And feel free, keep putting those comments. We love your comments. I'm coming on and put them on. I see them on Just an American Citizen all the time and appreciate it. But this is why I think the Republicans won, because they get up there and they wave the flag, and people want to see the flag waved. My channel is called Just an American Citizen. Now, my buddies who are on the right side call me lib and this and that, but I've always been just an American citizen, because what people want to hear is America. So when you saw the Republicans, they would pull that flag out, and though I don't agree with what the flag meant to them, they believed in it and they wrapped themselves in it. When you would hear USA, it meant something. And when you saw the flags waving, it meant something. But when you watch the Democrats do it, it was like forced. The flags came out, they're there for a couple of seconds, and then they went down, and you saw people going like this. And hey, when you heard USA, it was up. I think there were cheerleaders in the front getting it started, because it sure died quickly. And you see this, and people in America had to be looking at this. And I ain't gonna calm down, Frano. I love this country. I love talking about this. That's what's so much fun, man. This is win or lose. I've been around. I am a pop. And by the way, you're talking to two pops here. There's a pop, and here's a pop, and there ain't nothing better than being a pop. Being a
So
pop,
what's a yag, by the way?
What did you say?
We're supposed to be old yags. What's yags mean?
Who cares? The thing is, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're older, but that's half the fun about this. And let me tell you, the old guys, we've been around, we've seen it. I'll give you these examples. You look at the Supreme Court, which is so right-wing, they say you got to look at history for law. I'll tell you history. I know more history than those guys do. So it's just, you got to be around to know history. You got to be taught history. Either way, that's the problem with the Democrats right now. They don't believe in the country. They don't believe in America. They only believe in their specific issue. There's no feeling of love for the country. That's what I think. That's where I'm going with it. And I agree with so much of how of what these people say and believe. That's the thing, Dr. V. I agree with so much of what Democrats are, but they don't love the country. They don't come out and really say, I want to do it for the country. It's always for their issue or for this and that. And this is the other thing. Let me throw this out too. I hate this word, resistance. That's all I'm hearing. You're resisting this and you're resisting in that. And now they're going to resist Trump. And I'm sitting there thinking, Trump hasn't done anything yet to be resisted to. What are you resisting? All you're doing is making people on the other side say, what, do you got a problem? There's nothing to resist. Now, when he does his mass deportations and we see what happens there, we object and we protest. But to resist, I can see people are getting bugged. I'm talking this way, Dr. V, but you got to tell it the way it is. Yeah. Resistance isn't an alternative. Resistance is only one thing. It's resistance. You have to be able to provide to the world, to the other side. this opposition, but this is why we're opposing, and this is why what we are proposing is better than than what you're getting, what you're doing over there. That's what you got to do, Dr. V. Resistance. All resistance means is no. No doesn't work. Remember, I'm
I
going to
mean,
let
that
you
was
talk.
Republican game plan during the whole Biden administration. It was to try and slow them down, make them
But
look
it
bad so
wasn't,
they could get elected.
but it wasn't resistance. They had a message. They came in. We used to talk about this all the time. They would go on with CNN and spit and yell and be nasty. They had a position and they went with it. They marched down the street when he was in New York and in jail, and they all wore their red Communist Party ties, and they all did this. They had a message, and their message was, "This is America. He's getting taken advantage of." Even though, we didn't agree with that, but it's America. He's being taken advantage of, and everybody's against him. Thank you for that thumbs up. That's what's going on. And so people saw that and saw a message. Yeah, it was it was an opposition, but they were not only in opposition, they were
Wait a
on
second. What was their
offense.
message? What was their message except Trump is in it for him? His
That
message
wasn't
is
their whose message? Who are you talking about?
Trump's message was basically, "What's in it for me?"
No,
That's his
nope,
philosophy.
nope. That's not how they
No.
read it. Trump's message was, "I'm here for you. You're getting popped. I'm getting popped on your behalf.
Mm.
Look at this. I lost my ear. I did this. I had to wear this big thing. I got to do this. And then look, Iran's trying to kill him. If I'm Iran, I'd be bummed right now. So, though, you know how I felt about Iran. Huh? How many years have I been on Just an American Citizen, right, Dr. V? I've been saying they are our enemy for years.
Yeah.
So I agree with Trump there. Am I going to say I agree with Trump? But I agree with Trump there because we've been saying, please go into Just an American Citizen. Look at all those old videos and laid it out there. They're under long. We're live here. But that's where it is. So but they had a message. It's us against them, or them. I'm sorry, them against us. And that was their message, and it worked. And us was America. It was WWE, Dr. V. We talked about this before. I love the WWE. You guys saw me when the Hulkster was on there ripping off his shirt. I said, I love the Hulkster. How many times did I say I love the Hulkster? I saw him throw Andre the Giant to that. I mean, who can pick up Andre and drop him, though? I think Andre can help them jumping up. But Andre was gigantic. But it's good guy versus bad guy. And the good guy wins most of the time. The bad guy wins sometimes, so the people get even madder, so the good guy can come back and beat him. And the good guy is America, and the bad guy is whomever else we don't deal with, whether it's the libs, or whether it's Iran, or whether it's this or that. That's what it is. And that's where we are right now. And so that was the message. And what was the Democratic message? Nothing. Really, when you look back, I think Kamala did a pretty good job. I don't know if she's really a great candidate for a presidency. I thought she did a pretty good job, 110 days. I mean, but she had no charisma. So you sit there. What? Go ahead.
Let me.
I am, and I'm going to be looking down while you're doing it, okay?
She had two themes. One is
Hoodoo King.
democracy.
Let me tell you, Hoodoo. Hold on, Dr. V.
Uh-oh.
Hoodoo, you can say what you want, okay? BS on you. That's not what our comments are here. We agree or we disagree. We can be on the left, we can be in the right, we can be in the middle. We're Americans. If you're not an American, I don't care. But your jive about sending, it's this whole going after others. Oh no, the election is over. Trump won, Hoodoo King. Forget it. We come to listen to what we're talking about. We come together. Different sides have different messages, but we're still Americans. I'm just an American citizen. That's my channel. Please look at it. 11, 12 years. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Go on to Dr. V. I'm sorry, Dr. V. Joe Speaks. That's what we've been doing for years. We talk about it. So don't give me, and I don't want to hear from any of you, this chopping, re-education. Then you're not an American as far as I'm concerned, because we all stick together. We all have the Bill of Rights. We all have the Constitution. And I'm just an American citizen, Hoodoo King. I'm questioning where you're coming from. I'm sorry, but nothing personal. If you back down, you'd say, hey, or just goodbye. We ain't listening. We don't need stuff like that. And by the way, I'm not the pillar guy. Go ahead, Dr. V.
Yeah, Kamala's message was basically coming down to vote for her to save democracy,
Right on,
and
Tim.
she had a good point with respect to women's freedom. But on the other issues, she just
Who cares
waffled
about
back and
everything he
forth.
said?
She just kept waffling back and forth, and people saw that and they said, "We don't know where she
Michael,
stands."
we don't need
It,
medication. We love
it's
living. Go
it's
ahead.
it
I
wasn't it
talk in the
wasn't
background. Ignore me, Dr. V. That's the only way I can comment. Ignore me. Keep talking. I'm doing a little man in the back. That's how we do this. It's great. It's digital. It's digital. Go
yeah
ahead.
yeah. Well, I'll only talk for a little bit and then you can throw in your
No, I
comments
was just
too. But
trying to know what I try to do is I catch some of the comments while you're
good,
talking and kind of give quiet background so they know I'm kind of responding. That's all I'm doing. I'm not coming up with any thoughts. I'm just going, yeah, okay, yeah, looks good. But listen to Dr. V, but I'm like background. I'm background. Yeah,
background. You're,
background. Go
you're
ahead.
never background, Mark.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It wasn't that she only
Right
had
on, Wicked.
3 days or whatever to
Wicked.
get for people to get
Give
to
us
know
thumbs up.
her. It's that she really never presented where she stands on things. That her
We love you,
position from
Guillermo.
2019 is different than it is now. During the time she was vice president, she was neutral. She was vanilla. She never said something to say, "Here's my position," that wasn't checked to be politically expedient. And I think people saw that and they really didn't care for it. Trump,
Well,
on the
what
other hand, says a lot of things they're not politically expedient, and people like that brand. He appears more honest, even though most of the words that come out of his mouth are lies. But he's consistent with his brand of, I'm not going to say what's checked by what's politically correct. I'm going to say whatever I'm feeling, and people like that attitude.
Wait, let me tell you something, Dr.
Go,
V.
go ahead.
What were you saying there? Make your point again. No, make your point again. Make your point again.
Trump is consistent with his brand, which is he doesn't say what's politically expedient. He
And
says
you
whatever
think
is
and
in
you
his.
think she did and you think she did say what was politically
I think
expedient.
most of what she said was very consistent with what her political advisors told her she should say to get the most votes. And people saw that as phony and believed that they didn't
I
know where
don't
she was coming from.
you're 100% correct there. I believe I agree with you, Dr. V, on that. But the problem you got there is, remember I said, I don't think she's really president material.
Right.
But I'm a great charisma type of person. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you're vice president. You answer to the president. You can't go this way and the president goes that way. So on her 3.5 years there, before she ran, or whatever, 3 years and 9 months, she couldn't do what she wanted to do, even if she did disagree. She couldn't do it. But what she should have done, I believe, is now that she was running and at that point was officially separate from him at the same time, she
Mhm.
could have said something like, I look back on it, we could have been tougher on the border.
Yeah.
But we
Right.
were so busy, she could have said something like, we were so busy that Trump had separated all these families, and we were so busy trying to do the opposite that we didn't really look at it the way we should have. And boom, boom, boom. And then what we tried to do was make a deal with Congress, and that fell apart because of
There you
Trump.
go.
But that's how she should.
Yes.
I'm
Exactly.
100% with you on
Exactly.
that. That's what I think she needed to
So
do. But
immigration and inflation were the two issues I think that brought her down, and her response to those two things was really poor. With immigration, she kept tap dancing, and it sounded like a bunch of crap. To use,
well,
sorry,
I agree with you, and I agree. But at the same time, I'm going to give her props for this, Doctor
go
V.
ahead.
We talked about this before. They say in politics, you want a friend, you get a dog.
Yeah,
She was so loyal to him.
yeah,
I have never, okay, and I'm not calling her, I'm saying, wow. I'm saying incredible. I'm saying her loyalty to Joe Biden was incredible. And you don't see that in politics anymore. You don't see that in friendships that much. You don't see that with people in the country anymore. I mean, she could have disagreed with him, but she obviously respected him and wasn't going to chop his legs off from under it. I'll tell you this, Dr. V.
well,
If I had a big, if
Mark,
I
let me ask you.
let me get to my point. If I had
Go
a
ahead.
big company, I would have no hesitancy hiring her to be general counsel, knowing that she wouldn't be looking to politically take me out or hurt anybody. Her focus would be the company. And I got that out of her. I'm not saying she would have been a great president. She wasn't a great candidate and all that, but I love loyalty. I can't believe Trump's the exact opposite. Everybody around Trump ends up getting flushed down the toilet. She's going to come out okay because of this. So I give that, Dr. V, a real thumbs up. I think that's real American. I think that's just being a cool person. And people hate politicians. I think it hurt her, but I think it was kind of a cool person by doing it. That's just where
So
I
who
am.
who
Go
ran
ahead.
her campaign? Who ran her campaign?
Fluff at the end. Plug.
Right,
I
and
think he was
who did he work for?
Obama.
Obama. She was basically just given the Obama dash Biden position on things. I think she did. Was it loyalty to Biden or loyalty to some notion that
No.
she
I'm
acted
saying
loyal that would win
hold
the
it. I'm
election?
saying 4 years of loyal. You
Oh, yeah,
can't.
okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
just talking there. You see what you look. You watched her for 4 years. You and I have watched her for 4 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
she had never ever undercut Biden on anything out there, and she always strongly, and I think she got better as the years went on. Strongly took the position of her boss, the president. Okay, I mean we're her boss,
So is
but
that loyalty, or she doesn't have any intellectual integrity to
oh,
present a position that's different?
come on. I like what Biden did in so many things. So, yeah, okay. So, I have no problem with a lot of what Biden did. So, I call it loyalty. And I think she agreed with it. But at the same time, I didn't agree with a lot of the stuff he did either, as we know, we talked about it. But I'm just saying,
When you're
she
asked
had
a
a chance.
question, when you're
The
asked a
answer is
question,
she had a chance during the campaign to say he's dirt, I'm on my own, and she didn't do it. And that's loyalty, and she believed in him. And you can call it anything you want. Look up the word. You never see this in politics. I've been in politics my whole life. I mean, to see this is 1 in a million. And I'm just telling you, for that, and it killed her. It killed her for the election. But I'm just telling you, Dr. V, I'm impressed with that. Does that make her a great president? No. That make her a great candidate? No. That, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you on everything you say, but to me, there's just something about that. It just didn't seem like that normal type of
well,
slice politician. And I was impressed with that. That's the positive I pulled out of it. That's what I'm throwing out to you. That's all.
I'm loyal to you, but we don't agree on everything.
But I'm
But
not your
we have
boss.
our own integrity, our own positions.
I'm
Are you
not your
saying
boss.
in 4 years, she didn't have some things that she disagree
I'm
with
not
Biden?
your boss. You're not my boss. I'm not your boss. We're buddies. We've been great friends for 53 years. That's a completely different relationship. We could tell each other whatever the hell we want to tell each other, but you can't tell your boss that just like that. Come on. Could the
When,
people in
when,
your office jump you like that? What would happen? You'd
when
get
you're
pissed.
trying to get your boss's old job because he's retiring, and someone asks you, is there something that you would do different than your old boss? At that point, you say, yes. Here's
What
some
did
things.
I
Not, I
say?
can't think of anything.
I know I agreed with you. I said the answer should have been. I look back on it and
Yeah.
think that we should have been. I said that. You see, you want to fight. We're not fighting. We agree.
Then
That's
we
what
agree.
people.
All right, we
That's
agree.
what people miss. She should have said. I thought I was saying it. My wife. We were watching it. I jumped it right away. My answer was as soon as it was asked. My answer was, well, we didn't do the border just right, but we were bummed because of the way Trump split up families. We wanted to make sure we didn't have those problems again. We went too far to the other side and did not take care of it the way we should have. So what we tried to do was we tried to make a bill with Congress and make it all happen there. And the Senate was ready to go with it. And Trump said no. That way he would have been totally against what Biden did. And at the same time would have turned the message back. And that's why she's not a great politician. That's why I think she just couldn't lay it out like that
So the
because she
question
was, as
is
you
it,
said, told what to do. So she followed the rules.
so did she do it because she's a good, loyal person or because she's a poor politician?
Different issue. Different issue.
Yeah, I
You're
mean, I look
talking.
at her
I'm.
behavior. I
You're,
think She
You're
was.
trying. No,
It
no,
wasn't
you're
an
talking. You're
example that she was a good human being. It's the example that she didn't have any good sound bites to say.
No,
There
my
was
answer to
contradictions there.
that is she's just not a good politician that way. I told you that. She's just not. It's obvious. Trump would get up there and lie through his teeth and say whatever the hell he
Yeah,
wanted to
no,
say.
that's true.
She
Yeah,
can't. It's not her.
I
She
see.
stays kind of within.
She
That's
stays
what
on message. I give
she's
her
a
credit for
really
that. But
good lawyer. I mean, I'm just
yes,
telling you.
yes, I agree.
That's the
I agree.
thing. So she
I agree.
stays within, and that's when she learned.
Yes,
That's why she killed him in the debate. It
yes.
wasn't even close.
There
So
you go.
you have that going on, and so I'm telling you, it's a different thing. There's loyalty here, but she just mentally, I just think that's the way she is.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not a leader. She's a really good VP. She'd be
yeah,
a really good attorney. She's a really good attorney general. She's a
yeah,
really good representing you if you go to court. I would
yeah.
think in a big bureaucratic thing, or but that's all. I just think we agree on that. But
Good
I think she's
analysis.
loyal to him. That's all.
Good
Thank you.
analysis. Yeah, good
Thank you.
analysis. I think she's a good lawyer. We know how much people like lawyers in the country, but
I got nothing against lawyers. What am I going to tell you, Dr. V? I wonder why, but I got nothing against lawyers. Go ahead. I like
not
psychiatrists
a
too.
fan. Not
I
a
like
fan of lawyers.
psychiatrists too, and psychologists and all those guys too.
Not a fan of lawyers. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm loyal. I'm loyal. I
You're the
stick with the
loyal guy. I'm
lawyers.
the.
Um, Jeff, I'm happy you had a good lawyer. Let me tell you, a good lawyer, people don't understand. A good lawyer, it's like the old days, the Westerns. You hired your six gun, the criminals took over. You brought in the six guns, that were your lawyers. They came in, they take them out, and they say, get out of here. We don't want you anymore. They give you a drink at the bar and say, hit the road. Everybody, get rid of the lawyers. Bring them in when you need them. They're the six guns, and then get rid of them when they leave. Ball
Six
game
guns.
over.
More like six boredom. You bore people to tears. You file a lot of paperwork. There's
If
no
it
guns. It's
works, it
just
works.
delay,
Who
delay,
cares?
delay, and pay a lot of legal fees. And then people say, "That's it. I quit. I'm done."
Well, I suppose it's like a psychiatrist, a psychologist who just can't get to that bottom problem. So their patient has to continually come in because they're always bummed. There's something here and there. I suppose that's kind of the same thing.
All right. All right.
Yeah, this is live, JHD. And Leo, we agree. It is what it is. Where's blasphemy coming off? Okay, so at the same time, I want to throw you see back there. I was getting tired of a little bit of the politics before the election, and when I have to fall back, and I was not allowed to watch TV growing up, but I could watch it on weekends and summers. That's why I love music so much more. That's why I knew stuff like Pink Floyd you just fall asleep to, so
Not
you
at
can't
all.
just listen to
Not
that
at all.
stuff. That's music. That's like you ever see those ads on TV where they put calm and they have that noise and they want you to buy it because you'll fall asleep. It's like putting on Pink Floyd. Boing, boing, joing, joing.
Not
Oh,
at
the
all.
sleep.
Not at all.
Wake me in the morning when the sun comes up. Either way, what I do is I fall back on my old westerns. So I've been watching. This is the Rifleman, which when you watch this stuff, Dr. V, and to our friends out there, it's really crazy what we grew up with. Guns everywhere, and they love their guns. I mean, I'm back to it. I'm into the shows or my shows. The great theme songs, black and white. The Rifleman had his own M16 or whatever it is. It was the rifle. Nobody had a rifle like that. They all wanted his rifle. There was a show I saw on there where one guy loved his guns so much he couldn't
Oh,
shoot him. He
good
couldn't
scene behind you
shoot him.
right now.
Oh, there they go. Boom, boom. Lovely. There was
Look
no
at it,
blood.
knocking all those people down.
Luckily, incredible, isn't it? But they was always, he just takes them all. Boom, 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 boom. It's like it's an M16. So we were legal then. I suppose we'll see the justices when they talk about some assault weapon case. They'll raise the Rifleman and say, see, in history, you can have all the assault weapons you wanted to have. Because in North Fork, you can have it. Meanwhile, in North Fork, little Joe showed up to be really a good guy with a big mouth. And the dad of the Patty Duke show was there. And what I love is, and we're just on this, but it tells you where we all come from. It's like the guns, guns, guns. I would love to have been an extra on these shows. These guys get on a horse. They're on hundreds of shows. Everyone, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. I mean, you got them all. Have guns, will travel. The Rifleman, Roy Rogers, and the same guys are in the background getting shot and being the bad guys. I love it so, and it's black and white, so it's perfect. And then, as I told you, Dr. V, you would ask me, I saw the opening trilogy of The Lone Ranger.
Oh,
I
good
love that.
stuff.
You not love The Lone Ranger. And Tonto. How can you not love him?
Love
And
Tonto.
Lone, it was a three-show trilogy where he got saved by Tonto and became Lone. I mean, it's really crazy. And I'll tell you this, we were talking about Jay Silverheels. That's who Tonto always got whacked. They had to have some type of concussion protocol back then. They didn't. He was whacked every
I
week in the
agree,
head with
Jeff.
the gun.
Tonto rocks.
And like nothing happened. I never saw anything, but they used to give him trouble. I read about this, about, they treating you like just, engine and this and that and all that. And Jay Silverheels, I read, said, I make good money, man. I'm okay. I got no problems. I said,
Thank
Jay
you.
Silverheels, I understand how that man understood what life was. So I said, but thank you, Leah. I don't know if we're the coolest guys, but thank you. And the message, it's real. It's real, like the color, like that. Well, there's some hair, but I mean, and like being bald, it's all real. It's like the schnoz. Look at that little thing there on the bottom. Okay, we got
Somebody
it.
thinks
So,
I have breasts. Mark it. I don't feel
yeah,
bad.
and look at the guns. He's got
Yeah, look
guns.
at the gun. Talk about guns. Jeez. You think
Them's
I
the
got
guns.
breasts. My God.
Them's are guns. Meanwhile, I like talking about this kind of stuff. Excuse me, but that's where we are. So what we have to start doing now, if I'm a Democrat, if I was a Democrat, I would sit back and be just going, I got to lay back. And this is what the Democrats need to do, Dr. V, I think. Okay? They got to pull out their Baltimore Ravens sweatshirts or whoever their favorite NFL team is. And they got to go to the bars and watch the games with the people and have a good time with the people.
Drink
You
responsibly.
wear that.
Yeah.
You're friends with everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a Maga, if you're a Maga Bund, if you're liberal, if you're Democrat. You walk into a bar on a Sunday, well, the Ravens already won on Thursday, and you wear your Ravens shirt, they love you. It doesn't matter. In Philly, you walk in, fly, Eagles fly. You got that green and you're rocking. You're a friend. It doesn't matter what
Exactly.
your political position
All in the
is,
same
right?
team.
That's what people have to start doing. If I'm a Democrat or I'm somebody who wants to be and run for politics, I'm an old timer. You got to shake hands. You got to be out there. But if you want to know what's going on, you got to get out there and get drunk with your friends. You got to make new friends. You
Not
shake their
drunk,
hand. They
just
walk
drink
back. They go,
responsibly.
right. They said, I saw that guy. I saw that guy at the bar. Wow, he's running. He's doing this. He's a regular guy. You have wings with people. You sit around. You do this kind of stuff. That's what you do. I love the Colts. Dakota, who are you talking to? Johnny U, Gino, Alan Amici, Spats, plenty more Spats. Oh, I love the team. Jim Parker. Then we went up to Burt Jones and Lydell and stole our team. But that's okay. I love the Ravens now. So, and there's a big statue of Johnny Unitas out front, right next to Ray Lewis. Oh, God, Ray Lewis. Johnny U. He would love Lamar. Lamar Jackson is so great. He has been, I've never seen a guy.
MVP.
Every year he gets better and better. I was complaining about him years ago. He was setting up for his contract. He was doing this and that. Lamar he's just, wow. And I've been telling this guy, and he doesn't listen to me, take Lamar, take the king, and put him on every one of your fantasy football teams and forget about it. And he doesn't do it all the time.
He came through this week.
He never drinks. The messenger says he's never drinking again. Okay. No, he doesn't, Ray. He doesn't deserve to speak. You don't understand. He got our own thing. Okay? That's the way it is. He's the man from the
I'm the
mantra.
Tonto to his Lone Ranger. I Like you get knocked on the head unconscious.
That's what I said. No concussion protocol. Please give us thumbs up. Please subscribe. Just an American Citizen. You can leave comments there. Just American Citizen or Dr. V. Joe Talks. One day he's going to put some more videos up there.
Yeah.
Just like it took him months to get off the VPN.
I need 50 subscribers so I can go live.
Go 50 subscribers. Those of you who want the guy on the right to talk, go on to
Dr. V
Dr.
presents
V.
Joe Talks.
Joe Talk, right, and do it.
Do
Hit
it,
that
yeah.
subscribe button.
I got like 2
Smash it.
subscribers.
Boom, boom. He needs how many you need?
I
How
need
many you
50.
need?
50.
Send it out to your friends.
All right.
Whack it. His granddaughter said she was going to do it for him. She let him down. We're looking to you. Please help. And we appreciate the thumbs up. And I always love the subscribers on Just American Citizen. It's just so much fun. And I love the comments. Either way, as we're going, hello, I love it. These guys are the greatest. And hey, we're going to go with Trump. So where is this going to go? Get ready for this, okay? And then this is where your big move's going to be. Watch it over the next 3 months. Get your rest. Forget resistance. Start thinking about how you're going to oppose while providing an alternative. But the issue is going to be the mass deportations. That's where it's coming up, Dr. V.
He's
You're
not gonna do
talking
that.
about it.
He's not going to do that.
How many? How about if it's only 1 million?
He can't even do 1 million.
How about if it's 500,000?
Okay, let me go on record.
Go on record.
Go on record. Trump is a narcissist. I'm a psychiatrist, so I know
You've been on record about that on numerous occasions.
So that's number one. Number two. So what does a narcissist? What motivates a narcissist? They want to be liked by powerful people.
Right.
And so if you look at his behavior, that's why he wants to be liked by the oligarchs. That's why he wants to be liked by the billionaires. He loves
What does
that.
that have to do with throwing people out of America?
I'm going to tell you. So to get elected, there's not enough powerful people to get elected. So he had to put together a coalition of Christian nationalists and people who were angry. Okay. And so a lot of people are upset with immigrants. He points to people, he uses the playbook of standard psychological principles that if there's an issue, blame somebody else for it. Don't take
tell
blame
me
yourself.
tell me how this ain't happening. Come on, tell me.
So the question is, what is he going to do?
He's
What
throwing
he's
them
going to
out.
do is stuff that's in his best interest, stuff that appeals to rich and powerful people. So is it in the best interest of rich and powerful people to get rid of immigrants? And I say no.
Yeah. Yes, they don't care. They don't
Of course
care.
they care. Rich and powerful organizations make money on cheap immigrant labor.
Tell me how much money Musk makes on it.
I bet if we look at his factories, there's a lot of immigrants.
Kind of, but I mean, you're assuming. You see, that's the thing. I'm with you. I think the problem is going to be this. Okay, yeah, it hurts people like you and me because we have people, because we know people who have people. I'm assuming may be illegal. I never ask, but I see people running around. Why would I ask? They work hard. I see them running around, and I see it all happening. But what's going to happen is, I think the problem is going to be when they start taking the people who have American children. And that's the problem. We mentioned that the other day.
If he
that's
does
what
that,
I think.
That will get a lot of people upset, but it's not
That's
in his
gonna
interest to do that. It's not in his interest to do it. He's not running for re-election. He's already a lame duck.
You're missing me.
He
doesn't care. He's a lame duck. He's in there for the rest of his life as far as he's concerned. Look, you're missing where I'm coming from on this. I'm saying that's going to be something that's going to hurt him when it gets to that point to where they start throwing out the families and they say, which is what they're saying on Fox, and they've been saying it for I've seen it the last month. These kids aren't really Americans because they were just born here and don't have the right to do it. And we're going to throw them out along with the parents, or if the parents leave, they should take them. All I'm saying is, I think what's going to happen is that's what's going to get people's attention when they start throwing people out. and then you start having kids separated from their parents again, and they're American kids. They're American kids. Remember this, okay? That's the difference. We're not talking about just kind of coming over the border. We're talking about American kids having their parents thrown out. Who's going to take care of those kids? It's like with the
Right.
abortion, who takes care of the
Exactly.
kids? Who's going to feed the kids? Who's going to educate? I think that is going to be the line, just down the road, that's going to be the line that's going to lead to him having to back off. But initially, I think he's just all in, and it's just going to be get out, and we're going to be seeing military vehicles go up and down. They're going to be executive orders. It's going to be hard. I think it's going to be
It
horrible.
doesn't benefit him personally to do that.
And initially it does, because
Now,
he won the election. He's got the House and he's got the Senate. And this is what the
you're
people,
assuming that he's going to go to the people who put him in and actually follow through with a campaign promise. And
yes,
I say he doesn't care about
I'll be
people.
more than
He doesn't
glad
care
to,
about the people who put him in. He cares about one thing: what's going to help him. And
and
it
that's going
doesn't
to
help
help him.
him. It doesn't
And that's
help
good.
him.
If he doesn't do this,
And what money does he make by throwing out immigrants?
it's not money. If he doesn't do this, he's going to have a revolution on his hands.
No,
This
no.
is what You're wrong. This is
He
what his
he
people
doesn't
want.
care. He doesn't care.
Well, I know he doesn't care, but all you guys who love Trump and you hear us all talking with each other, we're talking about what think's going to happen. Do you really think? I mean, do you agree with Dr. V or do you agree with me?
That
I think
he's not
he's
going to
just
make a
going to go
big deal out
blowing
of
forward.
immigration.
He
He's
doesn't
not
think
going to
that
do
far
anything
out.
to solve inflation. What he's going to do is reduce um, any kind of regulation on big businesses. He's going to reduce any restriction on companies to get rich. Right after his
But
election, who
we're
benefited?
going to do
The
this. We're
top
going to do this.
10, the top
We're
10 richest men made $60 billion. Did you
I
make
don't
any
care.
money?
We're making this bet in front of everybody.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a bet. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Wait a second.
Go
He's
ahead.
going after getting rid of people and throwing them out of the country, and that's going to be his focus immediately after he's sworn in. That's going to be the bet. Now, I want somebody out there to pick a great restaurant in Philly for me,
Yeah, there you
because
go.
he's going to be paying for it and I'm going to be eating there. But I don't eat red meat. So please make sure that when you do it, it's got chicken or pheasant or quail or something, because Dr. V is going to be paying for
I'm
that
happy to
meal and
pay
I'm
if
going to be
that's the deal.
eating good. So thank you, Dr. V. I love you. Meanwhile, God, I get free meals. I can't beat that. Meanwhile, please give us thumbs up. Ladies, we're just kind of giving you thoughts of where it goes. And look at the difference. 53 years, we go at each other, and still he's going to buy me a dinner. I mean, what more
Not
can
at
you
all.
ask
Not at
for?
all. I'm gonna be your buy free dinner.
Yeah.
I'm picking out
Oh,
the place now. Nice to
I
meet
don't
you.
I don't see it happen. I
He's everything he does is going to be what's in his best interest,
and this
and
is
what's in his best interest is to keep rich people happy, so
like getting
they
rid of
stay at his
everybody. That's
hotel
right.
and they lend him money. That's
Nope.
all he cares about.
That's
That's all he
correct.
cares
You're
about.
missing it. You're missing it. You're missing it. He has got to do this, and this is what he feels it in his soul. He feels this in his brain. He feels this in his tuchus. He feels this in his feet. He feels this when he weaves. I'm telling you, whether you agree or not, I'm not taking a position. You know how I feel about it, but he's going to do it. And if he doesn't, you agree. Thank you, Ray. Exactly. He's going to do this. I'm not idolizing. Oh, we don't idolize him, Joe. That's not our feeling.
No.
Gretchen, unfortunately, he does have a brain. He's president of the United States, doesn't he? And Fem, he will feel it in his pockets, but here he is. They're already going to be building the hotel in Gaza over the water, because they said it's beautiful there. Look,
Yeah,
bottom line is
that's
there is
his
no
interest in the
way
Middle East
we
is
don't
putting
have
in
a major
hotels.
deportation attempt. There's
He's
no way.
he wants to put in hotels. That's what he wants to do in
That's what
Gaza.
he's going to do, but he's going, and then he'll send those people he throws out of the country there to work at his hotels. He is going to do whatever he can to move people out. I'm telling you, it's not a matter of just criminals. It's not just a matter of bad people. It's going to be people. You know where I feel on immigration. Let's go again. And we've always agreed it's a 4-step thing. The people who have been waiting in line legally, taking all these tests or doing whatever, should be moved quickly to become citizens of the United States of
Yeah, there you
America.
go. Right.
Those who have been here for years, who are working, paying taxes, paying into Social Security, of which they don't get any of.
Right,
They
right.
should be moved into a green card type of thing and put into a position where they can get in line after the people are already in line to become citizens because they deserve to be citizens. At the same time, we then have to close to make the border, we have to change the rules on the border. The original border rules were set up for when there was just a small amount of people coming through. And were leaving countries thinking they were getting forced out. Now, people just come here for economic reasons. It's got to be changed. And then number 4, the criminals, take them down and get rid of them. That's what you do. That'll work. And I don't know why they don't want to look at it. He's just going to come in with a
Common
scythe,
sense.
and because he
Common
can't
sense.
think that way, he's going to come in with the scythe and go, goodbye, I'm walking. And you guys, I have not seen one restaurant in Philly that you think I should go to that Dr. V's got to pay for when he loses his bet. And I need that from you. Please, please. Go ahead, Doctor. We're getting great
He,
comments, by the
he,
way. I
he,
love your comments. Mwah. I love them. I may not agree with them. I hear you. See Ryan, deport them all. That's where he is. I love
they better
your
not.
comments.
I'm telling
What?
you, it's interesting in theory to deport the immigrants, but they better not deport Arturo and his crew that comes out and does my lawn
They're
and
going
landscaping.
to. That's
When it's
assuming they're
human
not
beings, when
legal.
it's actual human beings that you don't want them deported. When it comes down to people that you interact with, that you have a beer with, you don't want them deported because a lot of them are good human beings
You
that
had
do
a
a
beer
lot for
with
this
them?
country. If you're interested in reducing inflation, you don't want them deported because they work their rear ends off at a reasonable fee, reasonable cost. You don't want to deport them. Who's going to pick the crops? You want to, if you're worried about
Rick, forget it.
eating
God knows.
strawberries at a reasonable price, you don't want them deported. So it doesn't make any financial sense to deport these folks. They're not taking your resources. They're not stealing your jobs. They're helping the country get stronger. We need to have a path for them to become citizens. And I think Trump was a little bit worried because he thought they would all vote Democratic, but he found out they don't vote Democratic.
They
Don't vote
don't
for him.
vote. Wait a second. They don't vote. They're
They once
illegal.
they become citizens,
Well,
they
that's a
vote for
hundred
Republicans.
years out. Bottom line is that look, you've made your position known.
Yeah.
I've been watching
Wow.
the comments, and
Okay.
some people agree with you, but I think most don't, and I don't. But I'm still bummed that I have not seen one Philadelphia restaurant there that he's going to take me to that I can get my meal because I'm like ready to eat. I've been working out. I got to eat. Okay. Right on, Mr. Good Citizen. The rich are going to make money no matter what. He's going to cut the taxes, Dr. V, for the highest level. He's going to
Yes,
keep it.
that he's
They
going to
don't
do. We agree on
care.
that.
So they don't care about the people you throw out. They'll bring them in. They'll find some illegal way to bring them in their own way. They'll be it through their corporation. They'll be it through they'll do what they want to do. I'm telling you, it's not, look, and I made it clear how I feel. I've been talking about this for years. All on my channel, Just an American Citizen. I talk immigration. Go in there, type in immigration. For years, I've taken this same position. So I'm not, open border guy. I never was. But we got to bring people in so we have them and love them because they're going to be like our grandparents and our friends'
Yes, there you
grandparents.
go.
And that's where it's going. That's why we have to set this up right. But it doesn't matter because he's just going to shut them and throw them out. I'm telling you. And my worry is we're going to see some military
Oh,
military vehicles. Because remember this, excuse me, they're going to go right to court. But certain states aren't going to put up with it. And he needs the states to help. Did you leave? Dr. V left us. Something happened to Dr. V. Oh, okay. Well, I'm all by myself. Americans first. That's okay. Dr. V left us. I don't know what happened. That ain't like Dr. V. I'll be seeing something. Dr. V, where are you? So that's the bottom line. He's going to do it. That's what you guys have to start looking at and see as we go forward. That's going to be the big issue. How much are people going to support the deporting of people who work here? Those good people, not the bad people, and that's the bad people are small. The good people are a whole lot. When you start seeing the good people get thrown out, those when you start seeing their kids who were born here in America, and it's easy to prove they were born here, you get hospital authentication. It's not that tough. And that means you're throwing out American citizens. And when that starts happening, that's when I think we're going to start seeing the opposition start to come, because then it wasn't, there he is. Then it is, where'd you go? Oh, it's just a picture. Oh, remember him. I love the picture. Then it's just then at that point, we're just, I think we'll see how people stand. We'll see how much people put up with. We'll see what they want. But the word resistance has to go out the door. Why? And we're talking about, because resistance doesn't mean anything except stop. You have to be opposed and have an answer. I'm opposing, and this is what I want to do. And this is what I propose we do as we go forward. That's what it was. Oh, Lewis, forget it. He's been tired of me for 53 years. It doesn't matter. And my big mouth is great, because that's what I love about this country, okay? First Amendment. I don't agree with most of the people on the right on a whole bunch of stuff, but what's so great about this country is we have a platform like here on YouTube that we can sit there and say what we want to say. It goes out there. We have a Bill of Rights, and I can say what I want to say, and you can too. And I encourage you, look at all these. We lost them. Look at, there's Dr. V. I saw him somewhere. It was disconnected. I don't know why he put his finger up there. I don't know what he was doing, but I love you too, Dr. V. But the bottom line is that's where we are with this, and we have to start looking at it that way. We have to start waking up and be one and start coming together and seeing that it doesn't matter. We can yell and scream at each other, but there's certain things we're going to agree with and certain things we're not. I think most of the stuff I'm not going to agree with this guy, especially this mass deportation. I may agree with some of the foreign policy. I don't think so. We'll see as we go forward. We need these people. We need people to work. It's who's going to, I agree with what was just said. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We got to be nice to these people. They're working hard. Who's going to cut your grass? Who's going to help you? And these people are taking that money and paying taxes and paying into Social Security. Those are the people we got to help. First, of course, those who are in line, who have been waiting to be citizens. Let's make them citizens already. What's the holdup there? What is the holdup? They'll pass the citizenship test before most of the people in this country. So let's get them in, and let's get this thing rolling the way it should, get the borders the way it should be, and let's go. But to just put people in cars and trucks and roll them out, very worried about what that's going to lead to. Will that lead to a real division in this country? We already have that division, but it doesn't matter. We're going to come out of it. It's going to work great. And here we go again. MSNBC, quit being a wimp. Fox, quit jumping up and down like you're a tough guy. Yeah, I know you did your thing. CNN, wake up. America, we got to come together and look at this as we go forward. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to stand up for what you want, but don't just give resistance. Resistance is not an alternative. Resistance with nothing else is just for losers. Either way, thank you all so much for coming. We come on every Sunday at 11. We love you guys. Please go. Thank you for the thumbs up. Give us as many as you can as we're changing and turning our way through away from the election and into where America should be, where it goes. And we love you. We love your comments. We get so many great comments. It's like incredible. I can't believe it every week. So thank you for that. Please go on to Just an American Citizen. Please subscribe. Please feel free to put your comments in. Look at any of the live or short stuff. And my live stuff is big time on foreign policy. Please go on Dr. V, Joe Talks. Let's go forward with this. I'm going to be on probably one more time each week, at least twice a week. We're going to be on. Thank you all very much. And next Sunday, we'll see you. You're going to see us before then. But until then, that's the way it is, period. And thank you all again.